Hello and welcome all. As we said on our Boy and the Heron review, thank God for Japan. They still make great film and anime, making our films such recently look like, well, crap. But then, when you replace artists with activists, what do you expect? Godzilla Minus One Minus Color is totally a different film. The lack of color does change the tone of the movie. I love how they said they weren't just shutting off colors, but they went through each scene and fixed the contrast and all that, as if it was filmed in black and white, and they were editing it that way at that time for it to be like this. It did feel like you were in the 50s while watching in the theaters. It was truly remarkable. Godzilla Minus Color made it feel more like an old school monster movie, the old horror films of that time. Godzilla Rex at the beginning was even more terrifying. Hell, all of his scenes were scarier. Damn. Godzilla Minus One's Godzilla scenes scared the crap out of me. He was scary. He was like the scariest Godzilla ever. And Godzilla Minus Color made him even scarier, which is like, how? I also appreciated how the filmmaker said thank you with this by making this, black and white version for the fans, audiences, and they clearly stated, it wasn't just for the Japanese audience, but it was for everyone worldwide for making it such a success. And it's nice to see that kind of kindness towards the people who, let you do what you want to do and made you the success, basically. It's pretty rare these days. With a few examples, like Tom Cruise thanking his fans, and recently Konami's animation thanking you for 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Seriously, check that video out. It is just, oh my gosh, I'm blown away by it. Konami, give us an anime of this. I've been wanting this, my friends and I have been wanting this for years, where it's like there's so many characters, so many creatures and folklore in Yu-Gi-Oh! You could make a whole anime just out of those, and this looks like it. Do it! Anyway, there are many examples of the MCU and Disney failures and Kevin Smith, even game companies insulting and attacking its audience because the audience doesn't like the crap they're serving them, and the companies don't want to take responsibility for its garbage. So it's nice seeing Godzilla Minus One do this. But while it did feel like a totally different movie, it still felt like Godzilla Minus One. The film that was best film of 2023, hell, of the last few years. It didn't take away from the characters that we love and feel for throughout its entirety. Their story was still there, still as impactful. I think I got even more emotional this time around. Many feels, many tears again during this movie. That's why I felt to review this version as well. Japan really knows how to tug at your heartstrings. They are just great at that. Godzilla Minus One and Godzilla Minus One Minus Color is a masterpiece. So yeah, a masterpiece with or without color. Godzilla Minus One was king of 2023. Godzilla Minus Color was released in January 2024. And it is, in a sense, a very different film. So, I don't know, will it be king of 2024? With Hollywood's crap lineup this year, it just may well be. And again, as much as I can praise the film, we go into more depth than the other one, and this, I've said a little bit about it, but I think I'd like to just end it on this comparison. There are so many bad films last year to choose from, but I think Ant-Man Quantumania works best here. And again, yes, Ant-Man 3 was bad. It wasn't anywhere near the first two, which focused on Scott Lang and his friends' family. Ant-Man 3 was a total opposite of that. I know it got a Razzie nomination over The Marvels, which I think is odd because I feel like at least Ant-Man 3 had one thing that film did not have. A likable hero. I'm sorry, but Paul Rudd still made Ant-Man 3 enjoyable with his scenes. The family focus was great. Ant-Man 3 didn't feel like Ant-Man at all. I didn't care about Le Revolution or the Kane and Mrs. Pym bullcrap storyline. As I said, I loved Paul Rudd every time he was on screen, and same with the Wasp and Hank Pym, even though he was pushed aside. Ant-Man should have stayed focused on what made it, I think, work. Hell, if Japan really needs help finding these giant monsters, these kaiju, get Ant-Man and shrink inside and deal with that way. Anyway, Godzilla Minus One made us feel for the characters. All of them, every damn one of them. Even the crew at the end, working to stop Godzilla? When they're all like, will we die during this? And they're like, well, and he's like, I can't, I have a family. You felt for all those people questioning. They didn't want to go through it again. They didn't want to go through the horrors and the sadness. So some of them left. But other ones are like, If we don't, who will? And they all stand there, and that one guy's like, I thank you all, my friends. I mean, those people, I even felt for those people. I mean, I felt for everyone. That's how well done it was. The story set up everyone just extremely well, and we felt for them and enjoyed them for all their differences. We laughed and cried with them. I wanted them to be happy. I wanted them to win. I wanted Godzilla gone. It felt like Halloween Kills, where usually in Halloween you don't mind Michael Myers going around doing stuff, but in these setups from the 2018 to Kills, and watching what he did to these people and these characters in this town, you're like, I want Michael Myers gone. They need to finally get this evil bastard. And then looking at Ant-Man Quantumania, where I'm comparing, we get thrust into this quantum realm and meet these fighters, whatever they are, anarcho, whatever. I didn't care for any of them. I didn't feel for them one bit. Neither did any of my friends. We are just thrown into their battle and we get no personal backstory, growth arcs, whatever. I just didn't care if they died. Not even the human characters of La Revolution. I didn't care for Kane. He was way too overhyped, and in my opinion, just a lame, weak villain, and the acting really wasn't that spectacular. I'm sorry. I would care if Scott or someone like them died, because I was invested in them since film 1. The focus should have stayed on them, not these freedom fighters. I know it's a bit of a ramble, but I felt Ant-Man 3 versus Godzilla Minus One was just a good comparison of how well Japan did something and how they do something versus of how current modern Hollywood just fails. They know what to do, they don't. And that's just how much I can say, just how beautiful, how wonderful this movie really is. Just like Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One minus color is a 10 out of 10. It really was a different experience in a good way. Major props to all involved in its making. You all truly made something special. I thank you for that. My friends and family who've seen it, thank you for that. All the fans, thank you for that. Again, thank you. Let us know what you think. Give us a big like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. More movie reviews, figure reviews, all that good stuff. See you next time. Stay on, my friends. Hell, while finishing this up, I was watching the limited release of the Kamen Rider X Super Sentai Music Festival. Just saying, Japan is excellent in terms of film, TV, anime, manga, games, food, music, hell, culture in general.